Okay, now we're live.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Came out of executive session at 1:55.
1:55, thank you.
Okay. So we have to vote on items. All those things that we talked about. We have to go through each one of them individually? Each line item?
I would think so.
Okay. We're gonna, well, a couple of them are tabled, right?
Only the parcel valuations.
Which valuations?
Um, This is tabled. Everything else we can vote on, I believe.
Okay. All right, we're voting on the review of motor vehicle excise abatement applications for April through August. Jim Dillon, aye.
Chris Reedy, aye.
You guys need to make a motion for each one or not?
Don't know.
All right, well. That means we have to vote twice on each one. We have to. What was that again now?
So I don't know if you can make a motion to vote on the abatement applications or just make a motion to vote on all the items in 3.
I don't know. Do you know, Chris?
I don't. It's generally, well, we've always had the exemptions, the motor vehicle abatement, and like if there's betterments or something, there was one item and we voted on them as a single item.
Did you make a motion first?
Yeah, we make a motion to vote to approve or accept
Okay.
the items such as the motor vehicle exemptions, abatements, betterment.
I'm sorry, pardon me, Chris.
Yeah.
David Kane here. I think, Julie, we need to follow the meeting script that Jason provided, indicating for the record that the business being conducted at the conclusion, et cetera. I don't know if you have a copy of that handy, but I think that needs to be read into the record before any voting or so
We
forth.
read it in we read it when we began, and I think
Yeah.
we want to read the same thing again
Oh.
at the top. Pursuant to Governor Baker. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay.
You should have the email from Jason. He attached Board of Assessors remote meeting document.
I have the wording at the top of our agenda. I received a lot of different statements based on the different ways we were going to run this meeting. So I don't know which one you were referring to.
Okay, yesterday at 1:07 p.m., Jason sent an email with an attachment that was the meeting, the remote meeting script for the Board of Assessors.
Okay. I've got it. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
read it from here? Because it's not printed.
Um,
Do you want me to make it bigger?
Oops.
Okay.
All right, how far do I have to read?
You have to read
The whole
down to
thing?
there. Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
So identify yourself.
Okay. This is Jim Dillon, and to indicate for the record, the only business conducted prior to this conclusion of executive session was to call on August 28th, 2020 meeting of Norfolk Board of Assessors to order, on which time the board voted unanimously to enter into executive session. In attendance are the following board members: Christopher Reedy and James Dillon. Jim, please read response if you can hear me. Acknowledge that you are present. Yes, I'm present. In addition to the Norfolk Board of Assessors, also the attendance of town staff Julie Brownlee, assessor assistant, and MIS/GIS director David King, with an attendance supporting the technical aspects of the Zoom meeting. The open meeting of Northborough Assessors is conducted remotely consistent with the Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts due to the outbreak of COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, the town of Northborough has been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor orders suspension of the requirement of the open meeting law to have the meetings in public accessible physical location. How do we scroll down on yours? Is that it locked up somehow? I have to go down. Oh. All members of Norfolk Board of Assessors are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows Norfolk Board of Assessors to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonably public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. The public is encouraged to follow along using posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. Members of the public who wish to view the live streaming of this meeting may do so by going to the Northborough remote meeting on YouTube via the link listed in the agenda. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comments. And governor's directive.
Okay, so I think that to be safe, it would be a great idea to make a motion for each bullet point to be voted on
All right.
and then vote on it.
All right, I make a motion to vote.
So Chris will be, I think, because you're the chair of this meeting.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to vote on the individual items in the agenda. Is there a second? All right.
Okay.
Now, who's gonna review it? Me or Chris? Okay, so I make a motion that we vote on the motor vehicle excise abatement application, April through August of 2020.
I second.
Okay, now we have,
And so you vote now?
so.
Yes.
We, all right, so what's the, is it an exclusive way or just say yes, it's unanimous?
Did you say your name and say?
Yes.
Okay. So Jim Dillon, yes.
Chris Reedy, yes to all.
Okay, so you're gonna, Chris made a motion to vote on all the items in the agenda. And you seconded it.
Okay,
So Chris voted yes to all items,
okay,
and you're voting yes to all items?
all right, Jim Dillon, yes.
Okay.
Chris Reedy, yes.
Okay, and we have to approve the minutes of March 11th, for which I believe
I was on
only
the-
Jim was in attendance then.
Yes, I make a motion that we vote on accepting the minutes of March 11th, 2020. Jim Dillon, yes.
And, okay, so everything is unanimous?
Yes.
Okay, and who calls for adjournment? Are we at that stage?
Yep. You want to call for adjournment, Chris?
Sure, I motion to adjourn the meeting as of 2:08. Is that the time you have?
Yes.
Okay.
You second that. And I vote, Jim Dillon votes yes.
Chris Reedy votes yes.
Okay,
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, everybody.
A little ragged around the edges there, but.
Oh, yeah. Well,